Good morning, precious friends. Well, I am in my workroom and I am just finishing up my little books because tomorrow, I don't know how it happened, but I'm having an open house. Friends of mine are bringing lots of friends and they are all coming to do some Christmas shopping. I wonder what make them think that there will be things here for, Christmas. So I am cleaning the house. I am finishing up all my projects by I'm supposed to put little name tags on and blah, 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 but husband said he will help me. He will print it out for me on the laptop, the computer, but he's still busy with something else. So, I gotta wait patiently until he do it. And in the meantime, I am just trying. It's a very, very good exercise, actually, because I have no idea where all my creations actually are. So today I am looking, searching, taking everything out that is sellable. A gift can be a gift, and it's paintings and it's bags, books, clothing, crochet things. It is a lot. So, but as I say, it's a good thing because now I am sorting out my stuff, getting everything labeled, finishing them up, putting them where they can be seen, and it's a good thing. Not an easy thing, but a good thing. And as I always say, everything that I create is for sale. And I also have no idea what the price are supposed to be, so I just go with the flow. Whatever the spirit in me tells me in that moment, that is the price. Because it's just too difficult for me to make specific prices, and I'm at that stage where I can just go with the flow and just trust the life in me to tell me and show me the price, or for free, or a blessing, or whatever in that moment. I cannot worry about that. Also, because I am sure you know as well, we put everything in our creations. It's like a kid that you give everything to. So you cannot really put a price on it. I mean, look at my little books. How can I now put a price on this? So it's either a blessing and someone pays what he has, or whatever. I'm not going there. As I said, I am just finishing them up. Look at this beautiful little one. Yesterday I added some beads to some of them. And the last thing that I am adding are a beautiful little serviette or a handkerchief, because you know what, a girl needs a beautiful little embroidery, old vintage pure linen cotton lappy. Well, it brings me so much joy, so I am putting it in. Every little book got his own little, look, that one, the serviette there, a little, I think this is a serviette, but it is extremely thin and beautiful, and look at the embroidery. So it's going in. So each person that's going to receive this, buy this, whatever, I don't know, they are going to get a little girly cloth, lappy. Because why not? Each of us are special. We need a little lappy. And then, as you know, the doily is in there. My carrot people is in there. Stencilings are in. Flowers. Each little book is a little bit unique, different from the others. My flowers that I hit with a hammer, and my papers and dyed papers and eco-dyed cloths, everything is in here. So that's why I say, how can we put a price on this? The only thing I can put on this is love. You know, it's just a part of me. It's just love. I don't know how I got to that. But the last thing, as I said, that is now going in, that it's the little pieces of vintage linens. Then I'm just waiting for husband, and then it will be the little maid with love from Izet, from Zetster's lap, or something like that. And look what I am going to put on each and every one of these gratitude journals, because this is what these journals to me are all about. Because what's going to happen when a person receives a journal like this? As I mean, you know how it looks. I've showed you many times and blah, blah, blah. But what is that gonna mean to the person receiving that? Let's say not a real creative person yet, just an ordinary person. They now receive a little book like this. So what is that going to unlock for them? Gratitude journal. So you need to know what it is. It is a gratitude journal. Journal where you can put things in that makes you glad to be alive. Grateful to be alive. Gratitude journal. A journey. This gratitude journal is a journey to your creative heart. Isn't it gorgeous? So this will be on a little card. I think I will just tear them out because husband's going to print them. I'm just going to tear them out, glue them on a piece of my paper that I created, and then just make a little card and just put it on top of each journal so that each person knows what is going to get out of it. You know, a journey to your creative heart. Oh, I just love it. I saw it somewhere. I don't know where, but it really just spoke to me, and it is just so precious. So this is what I'm up to. It is a Saturday today, so as I said, I am trying to figure out what I have to that will make a beautiful gift. I need to put them all downstairs. I think tomorrow, just before the people come, I will take a video and I will show you what I actually did, because I really don't know. And another awesome thing that's happening, you know, life is just so precious. When you least expected, things happen. 3 friends now on my YouTube now all of a sudden want to send me some gifts. The one, a jelly plate, an extra jelly plate, you know, some beautiful serviettes, just another small little blessing someone else. I don't know what they want to send me. And I cannot tell you how thankful I am just for the gesture. It's just glory. It's just, I'm so blessed. But, you know, I live in a beautiful, beautiful country, South Africa. But our postal service, also, another thing, another service has now also collapsed. So we don't have a post office. So if anybody wants to send me something, or I want to send something overseas, it needs to go via courier. And I mean, it is so expensive. It is ridiculous. I mean, I sent a couple of paintings, small A4 paintings that I could roll up and put in something. That was 3-4 years ago. I sent them, someone bought them. It cost her 3 times more, the postage, than the paintings. So it's really a kind of a challenge. So there's no ways that I can say, yes, please send it via courier and it's gonna cost you an arm and a leg, you know. But then the awesome thing happens. We're going to visit our kids in Thailand, as you know, for 2 months. So all of a sudden I could say, if you really feel the urge to send me a gift, please send it to Thailand. So some of them are now sending it to Thailand, and it's just so precious. I am just so blessed, just as blessed as I am with all your comments. Thank you so much for your encouragement, your love, your comments, your likes. It's just, I've got a community now, a friends. I mean, really, it is just so wonderful for me. And what I just wanted to share is how I had to learn that we all know when you gifting is a gift. It is a gift to be able to give. You know, some people just have the gift of giving. My mom was like that. I mean, she lived in a small town. And when it was somebody's birthday, someone was ill, someone was in hospital, something happens, my mom was there with a little gift, a card, a flower, encouragement. It's just amazing, you know. Luckily, we all have different gifts, so giving is not all of our gifts, and and that is great. I am not like that at all. So she always said, but you need to be there, and you need to be there with people, encourage, and it's just not me. But beside the point, I had to learn that accepting is also a gift. You know, you also need to learn to say thank you, because the person that bless you with something, they feel it in their heart to do it, so it is a blessing to them, just as much as it is a blessing to me to receive. It's a blessing for them to give. So it's both sides, you know. And at one time, I've told you this probably before, at one time financially we were going through very, very rough time. And at that stage I was creating acrylic paintings on hardboard. And then I made my own. I'm now looking there at some of them. This I'll show you now. This was my first paintings that I did. So it was done on hardboard, And then I made my own frames using some pallets. Pallet wood, you know, I just whitewashed them, I painted them, some of them I used rusty objects, and I also painted on the rough side of the wood. And back to that time. So I was painting. It was this huge painting, much larger than that. Beautiful frame, good wood that I picked up somewhere and really made the most beautiful frame. And it was a windmill and something. And I just got this absolute urge. I just knew I had to give this large painting to one of our friends. But take note, they were well off. You know, they had money. They really were well off. And I just knew I had to bless her with this painting. For free. This is you. This is for you. Even though I could really have done with the money, I just knew in my heart I need to bless her with this painting. So we went over. I took the massive painting, and she was dumbstruck. She was shocked because of the fact that they have more than enough money. She never get something really for free, you know, because they're able to buy stuff. And she had to learn to say thank you, to accept a gift, even though she was able to pay for it. I had to say, very difficult for me when she said, really, I would love to pay. How much can I pay you for this? And I had to say, no, thank you, but no, this is a gift. She was in tears, and the spirit, the life in her and in me did an awesome job. I had to learn how difficult it is to accept a gift. So, as I said, when we were really going through tough times financially, I had to learn to accept gifts. Food, clothing, whatever it was. When people come and they give me things, I had to put my pride in my pocket and learn to say thank you and accept it for the gift that it is, for the blessing that it is. So never take the blessing away when someone wants to bless you with something. Don't take their blessing away. Accept it with dignity and gratefulness, because by accepting it, you're also blessing them. So that was just something that I had to learn. So I'm just saying, really, thank you for those that want to bless me with a gift. As I say, thank you. I mean, really, it's not that I expected anything, so I'm just, wow, I'm just really, really thankful, because it's not something that I expected. So yes, I have learned a lot in my life, and that is why I can sit here and share. And another thing I was thinking, it was so funny. I was brushing my teeth and putting on my lipstick. Now I forgot actually the punchline, but I thought, oh, I need to share this with you. Oh, we actually have, all we can actually do is live. No, we actually live this life in this realm by total faith, because we have no idea what is actually happening and what we get. Let me tell you what I'm trying to get at. So we bought a big 5-liter oil via a friend that gets it kind of very good price, a type of oil. What? Macadamian oil. And I got some mouth ulcers. Husband started to itch, and he said, it's the oil. I am sure it's the oil. How do we know that it's not old car oil or something, you know? And I said, really, really, I don't even think about that, and I still don't think it's that, but that is beside the point. But that just made me think. We have actually no idea what we're eating, drinking, buying, you know? So if we buy something and they say it's olive oil, how sure are we that it's really olive oil? Use the thing, just an example. We actually have no idea. Yes, we read the labels, and yes, we do this, and yes. So at the end, I learned, just the only thing that I can actually trust is, as they say it, my gut. As I say it, the life in me. I can only trust the life. That is the only thing that I can trust. So that is what I do. I'm learning to do that. And I am just not worried about these other things. What I really believe is, if that oil is bad for me, the life in me will tell me. I will know, and I won't touch it. When I go to shops and I want to buy something, sometimes I just, no, don't do it. You just get the, what they call it, something in your spirit, check in your spirit. And then, no. So you can be absolutely hysterical about everything, fear everything, trust nobody. And where does that leave you? You're totally in fear, and I don't want to live there. So I am learning. Don't make any assumptions. Don't judge anything by what I see or hear or not hear or whatever. Just trust the life. Just make sure that I am at ease, peaceful. That's why I love my creative journey. Because when I do that, my spirit, I become still. Then I can hear and feel and whatever the life in me. And I know I am okay. People always, though, when we go to the beach, are you safe? Once again, I can only trust the life in me. Many times when I travel all by myself, when we go somewhere, I just listen to the life in me. And many times when I want to walk that road, the life will say, no, walk this road. You just feel it inside, where you start to be mindful about it, So that's all that I can say. And that is the only way that I am learning to experience peace and joy in the midst of everyday life, trusting the life in me, my spirit, just to stop me or to direct me or to redirect me. That's the only way to live if you want to experience peace and joy in this realm. I remember years back, I was still a young woman. We lived in Pretoria, South Africa. Even in that time, it was quite, there was a part in Pretoria where it was a little bit dicey to live there, and an old woman was living there. And someone asked her, "But why do you live here?" She said, "I just know that's where I'm supposed to be, and I have total peace with that." Isn't that awesome? So she lived there in that dangerous place at that stage where really it was not a safe place at that stage compared to the world and whatever. But she lived there and she had total peace and joy, and she was just, that was where she needed to be, and it was amazing. I can still remember it. I mean, here I am 40 years later, and that is amazing. We also went to Kenya a while back. I did tell you that, on a kind of mission trip, only me and husband. That was in, I think, 2008. I started writing my spiritual journey, I think about year 2000 or something, started writing it, and that time it was still websites and things, so I had a website and I was writing my walk with the Spirit, and very funny, lots of people read my stuff all over the world and so on, and I just, like I do now, I just share, not expecting anything in return or anything, just because I got to do it. I cannot not do it. I just love doing it, and I just know it's my way. So I was writing, and all of a sudden people asked me to come and visit, to come and share. And when we looked where they were from, they were all from Kenya, in a 300-kilometer radius. 6 different people with different ministries that didn't know each other, all of a sudden wrote to me and asked me to come and share the life with them or whatever. And once again, money miraculously appears. Somebody paid husband that didn't pay him for 10 years, and we got the money, and the two of us went. I mean, it was the most wonderful trip in my life, but also the most difficult. I mean, yes, we stay in Africa, but I mean, first world house and things and shops, and so we went to Kenya in a hike with a rucksack, and we went and we stayed with those ministry people for 2 days. It was a learning curve, and it was tough. And there we met a missionary couple. So in between, I think, yeah, we were 2 days at each couple. We stayed with them in their houses. Most of them gave us their beds, real bed to sleep in. The head of the house, man and wife, they would give us their room, and some of them had orphanages, and others looked at refugees, Congolese refugees, whatever. Each ministry did a different job, and we stayed with them, and I just shared. Wherever we went, whatever the Spirit led me to do, I was just sharing and whatnot. And in between, in the 2 weeks that we were there, we landed in a place called Rondo Retreat. Oh, that was the most beautiful place. It was in the rainforest in Kenya, because husband said, you need to rest. You cannot just talk and preach and whatever you're doing, share non-stop. So he booked us in, saw this retreat place, and we went there. It was so funny. When we got there with a taxi that didn't have all the wheel bearings, so we were barely getting there. And when we stopped there and we opened that gate, it was like England. The most beautiful place I've ever seen. It was like you just walk out of chaos into this most amazing beauty. The lawns were green. There were lawns and they were cut and they were green, and the little rooms and houses. It was beautiful. But beside the point, we met the couple there, and they were a kind of missionary couple, old, okay, most probably a little bit older than that I am now. And that was their place. They inherited from their parents and whatever. And then in Nairobi, they also had this most beautiful house. It was just amazing. So we met them and we told them who we are and what we're doing and so not. And we just said, but we don't have a place to sleep for the last night in Nairobi. And they said, but come and sleep with us. So we landed. We slept with them the one night, and the next day they took us to, they had an international school that they started, and they did the most amazing work in Kenya. But they had to travel by dirt road to that Rwanda retreat once a month, and I mean they were old, and we asked them, why are you here? You know, all your friends left. There's nobody really left. Why are you here? And they once again said, this is our place. This is where we need to be. And we love it. We do what the Spirit leads us to do, the life in us. And that's it. And once again, that meant so much to me. Because as we were living with these couples with the ministries, they were very, very poor, right? They were real African. Not that I'm not real African. I mean, really, we've lived here, my forefathers and whatever, for hundreds of years. So, but I mean, they are now African people, whatever, black people. And we stayed with them, and they were very poor. And I felt terrible, because even though we just made it financially month by month and whatever, compared to them, we were rich. And I felt terrible about it. You know, we were there, and I remember I had leather boots and a leather jacket. I mean, that cost more than they had in a year, you know. So I felt terrible. And then awesome thing is, when we went to stay at that missionary couple, I just realized by what they were saying, we all have what we need in order to do what the life in us wants to do through us, you know. And I made peace with what I have, and thankful for that. And I have no idea how I got here, but isn't it awesome? So we all have what we need, so that the life in us can do through us what it wants to do through each and every one of us. And that is it. I read somewhere else the other day, they said, richness or whatever is if you're able to do what you need to do. That is what makes you rich. If you are able to do what you need to do in this very moment. Isn't that awesome? So I better stop talking and start continue cleaning my house and sorting out all my supplies and art things and crochet things and whatnot. Carry them out all down, and go and try and tell husband to please print out those things so that I can finish them up. But love you lots. Love you lots. And thank you for sharing your life with me. I mean, what more can we ask, you know? We share our life, the abundant life, with each other, and we are each one of us are where we're supposed to be. so that the life in us can do what needs to be done through us. And that is enough. And long story short, I just had to get to that point where I make peace with my journey, where I find myself with what I have at this moment, and just trust the life, because I have nobody else that I can trust, least of all my mind and my ego and whatnot, you know. So this is it. Love you lots.